Hello and welcome, Pony here with Grogan Games, bringing you Oxygen Not Included, Episode 3. So in the last episode, I identified to my entire viewing audience that, hey, guess what? We have not accomplished crap that we set out to do. So we're going to set a freaking objective today here on Cycle 20, and we're going to freaking accomplish that freaking objective. Do you understand me? Let's get started. So, we've got a pretty good supply of water. We've actually got to cancel this tile. So that way we can get to the water. We definitely want to have access to that water. Let's look around here and decide what we really need. We actually have quite a bit of open space that we could probably wall off and pump the oxygen out of. So, we do actually have this snow biome over here. And I'm kind of wondering if I can relocate. Ooh, hello. Alright, so I'm wondering if we can relocate our battery bank over to the snow biome. Or, because Pony Hair is kind of a cheating dirtbag, Pony Hair has been looking at different ways and methodologies of taking contaminated water and turning it into usable water. And one of the ways is to use an isolated chamber full of batteries, making a bunch of heat to evaporate that water and come back as clean water once it, goes to steam, gets recondensed. So that's an option. That's an option. For oxygen, we could utilize all this slime over here, take the polluted oxygen, clean it up, pump it into the base. That's an option. So we kind of really need to decide where we're going and what we're doing. We're working on filter medium. Let's look at our research. Our research is moving towards that air deodorizer. We're working towards the air deodorizer. Wow, words. And so let's... Ooh, a morb. I still don't know what these guys eat, but they poop polluted oxygen. They eat something. I don't know what they eat. If I can find out what they eat and we can farm them, then we have an unlimited supply of polluted oxygen. They're disease-ridden invertebrate, attracted to decomposing carcasses of deceased organisms, frequently emits small bursts of polluted oxygen. So is there a way to relocate corpses, like Spider's corpse over here? I wonder. Because if we can relocate Spider's corpse... to a place where we could consolidate morbs, life would be good, right? I don't know. It's food for thought. It is food for thought. So let's go ahead and pump the speed up. Look at the priorities of our work. Everything's priority 5. One thing that I've definitely learned in my testing outside of all this is that if everything's priority 9, nothing's priority 9. All of our algae stuff needs to be pretty much highest priority, number 8. We need to go ahead and harvest at about a priority 7, I think. We've got a good supply of food. Alright. We definitely want to keep these guys doing what they gotta do the way they gotta do it. We got some food sitting over here. The other thing that we can do is unrefrigerated. Okay. So we could crack into this really cold area over here. And by cracking into that area, we can put our food storage over here. And that will give us some refrigerated food storage. No, just an idea. See how that goes. Let's go ahead and dig up this algae right here. Just a little bit. Let's go ahead and throw some ladders in. Right here. Oh, man. Alright. Stress. Podrick's got 21% stress. We're actually going to go ahead and queue up another outhouse. The reason being is I did a little bit of testing. And in my testing land, as it were. Oh, we got morbs. We got morbs back. So, in theory, we can pump the polluted oxygen or clean the oxygen out of here and then pump it into our base. So we're going to try that. I don't know how that's going to work. Research is actually going to come up to a level 6 responsibility, because I want it to be slightly higher than digging and some of the other menial tasks. We got access to our water, which is good. We can work on a battery bank if we so choose, and use the steam purification if we absolutely have to. Let's start working on, well, actually, if Spider's corpse is in here, and it doesn't look like it's going away, we'll have morbs in here. The morbs seem to come and go a little bit at a time, and I think this is a good thing, and maybe we just need to keep killing people in there to attract more morbs. I don't know. We've got a high concentration of toxic oxygen, and it's not a great plan, because once we run out of sand, we're out of sand, and it is what it is. But maybe there's something we can do about that. I mean, I'm willing to give it a try. We'll see how that goes. No research tasks selected. So we've got the air sanitation. We need the advanced filtration next. So let's go ahead and research that. Let's go ahead and get our air deodorizer kicking. And we're going to stick the air deodorizer here. Kind of right next to all this stuff. Because I think in these 3 spaces up here is where we'll put the air intake. And then I think my research said the pump takes 4 spots? I really cannot remember right now. Pump. Yeah, it's 4 spots, so we can do 3 here for the, yeah, the air filter, pump here, or pump here, and then air filter down here. We'll figure that out. Basically, we want to take the deodorized air out of here, and we want to pump it to an area of low concentration in our base. As far as I can tell, oxygen rises, so we definitely want to probably put it in this large chamber here, which I'm okay with. And we are not taking a duplicate. In my test world, I got to cycle 20 something. I took a couple dupes, and life got really bad really fast, so we're not going to do that. All right, so we've got Podrick at 29, Foxy at 25. We'll set kind of a hard standard at 33%. So upwards of 33%, we'll put somebody on the table. So Podrick's got a minute, and that's 1/3 stress response. We should be okay there. Our food isn't looking too terrible. We definitely need to give a sweep command. Gather up the food that we can gather. I don't know really if we have the latitude right now with 3 people to... Oh, our air deodorizer is done. We want to put that up there with the algae, so let's put it at 8. But yeah, I don't think we have the latitude really to go for the refrigerated food box. I don't know. Let's look at our temperature overlay and decide here. So I think if we dig in just past where we have the dig pending here, so let's go to base, manual airlock here. Let's go ahead and dig ourselves out a little bit of an area here. Let's go ahead and throw another airlock, and let's throw some tiles in over the top, over the bottom. Let's go ahead and throw some ladders in. We definitely don't want any issues there. And then we'll throw some tiles in. C for cancel. Alright, so this should, in theory, put our food box kind of in a really nice cold place, and I'm okay with that. Airlock to kind of lock things up, just enough space for people to move around. That's good. What is everybody doing? We got a lot of guys. We got 2 people researching, so we can pump that oxygen out. How do we look on algae? We're a little low on algae, actually, so we may have to start looking at moving down to this cluster here. But, we do have some availability up here, so let's go ahead and maximize on that availability up here. and get this algae squared away. Hopefully it's reachable. I think they can go 4 tiles above their head. I'm not for sure. I think this is unreachable. Yeah, it's going to be unreachable. So let's go ahead and throw 2 ladders over. Call that good. Now, we're actually not doing bad because we did expose this oxalate here. And that's going to slow a few things down. But again, algae cannot be our main source of oxygen forever. We are surrounded on every side by these snow biomes, and I don't know how I feel about that. Oxygen production is going to be a problem in the future, as far as I can tell. We are down to 9,500 kilocalories, and we are going to sleep. We're at 36%, so the very first thing that Podrick and Foxy are going to do is get into those. So let's go ahead and queue up Podrick and Foxy. They're going to have interrupted sleep because I queued it up at night. I don't know if that's a bug or that's intended, but the first thing they should do in the morning is hop into that table. Actually, we want that table at a priority 9. There's nothing more important to you right now than getting in that stupid table. So we've got that squared away. We've got a little bit of polluted at very toxic. What? Where's that coming from? Interesting. Well. Very interesting. I don't know what to do about that. It doesn't seem to be too big an issue. It seems our biggest issue actually comes from this room next to the massage tables with some carbon dioxide. We've got a buildup right here. So I'm thinking we need a gas permeable. Oh, where do we need a gas permeable? Crap it. Alright. I need to slow time, guys. I hate doing this to you guys because it drags the episode out. I've got to figure out how to get this sump down here kind of pressurized. Alright, so it's waiting on algae. Okay, it's waiting on algae. How do we fix that? Unreachable, 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 unreachable. Alright, that's not unreachable. Prioritize. Actually, no. Terrarium. Algae terrarium. 1 algae terrarium. What we actually need. Oh, crap it. Alright, so let's up the priority to an 8. This algae gathering here. Now let's go ahead and make ourselves a terrarium down here. So that way it comes straight up. We're going to put you at a priority 7. We've got some nice clean oxygen in the same room as the morb. Hopefully we get more than one orb thing. 25% is our highest stress at Jaeger. We can go ahead and stick Jaeger on the table. Let's do that. And then we'll go ahead and drop ourselves a ladder here. Alright, this needs to go up to a 7, and so does this. And the reason we're doing that is they can get these 2 blocks of algae, and that's good stuff. Alright. Things are looking good. Jaeger's on the table. Stress is dropping. We're trying to get the toxic air out of the bedroom area, but what I'm wondering is how it got there. Interesting. Alright, so one thing we're gonna have to do, I do believe, is those little crab guys need to be taken care of. Man. He emits coal. I'll have to check that. I think I'm gonna have to do some research. If he's actually making coal for eating just stone and everything else, that's good for us. Because coal power, right? We get some coal power. We pipe the heat off, steam some water. Should be good. I don't know. I got ideas. We do have the ability to build showers. And I think we actually have the water treatment, maybe. We don't have the water purifier, but we have the shower. We have the shower, and we can get the heat. How hot are you? Not too hot, actually. 31 degrees Celsius? Crap. We need more batteries in a smaller space. We're going to steam the water that comes from the shower. We can send this guy... reject. Reject. Cool. Alright, you don't have water? Why don't you have water? Let's up your priority to an 8, because you are kind of important. I think the gas pressure is high enough. No, it's waiting on algae. We've got algae. What is your priority? Oh, you need to be an 8. Alright, so let's make sure our oxygen production, oxygen refinement stays at an 8. I do think we need a channel dug through here to ensure that carbon dioxide in this chamber gets squared away. So let's do with that. And all this is going to do is hopefully displace the oxygen that's barely breathable from this chamber down here with the carbon dioxide that is very, very heavy there. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Maybe these guys are going to die. I have no clue, guys. This is all learning experience, and if this colony dies, this colony dies. I mean, that's kind of how this goes, I guess. I'm not too upset, I think. I don't know. I enjoy the series. We're on the beginning of cycle 25. Halfway through this episode. I do genuinely enjoy playing this game. This game is phenomenal. It is kind of one of those things you can let run at... Oh, wrong thing. You can let run at a slower pace, or you can let run at a higher... Excuse me. At a higher pace and just kind of go nuts with. It really depends how you want to play the game. I definitely could put this on a low speed and really just kind of watch them move about and do their thing, and I'm okay with that. That's good. I mean, there's a lot of times with RimWorld before I was filming that, I would let it run and just kind of guide them as they went along. So I do like that aspect of it. But for you guys, I try to capture 10 cycles per episode, 3 times speed, keep it around half an hour. Again, I did do a test world where I just tried crazy new ideas and tried things and see where that went, and usually it meant dead colonies. But it be what it be. We're going to slow this down and start looking at our food production, because we've got to prioritize harvesting right now. A little bit of food ready to harvest, not much. It looks like we have a stifled plant. Harvest pending on the mealwood. Growth progress, interesting. Different. 86% there. Alright, so really I'm going to prioritize sweeping up the food at a priority 9. Strictly for the fact that I want to know a pretty consolidated amount at how much food we actually have. Alright, let's go ahead and speed it back up. I don't want these guys to starve, but I do want to be able to make a decent estimate on our production values. Production values are kind of an important thing. Alright, we got the power going. Oh, this is looking rough, but I don't know if one morb will take care of our stuff, but I don't know, one of the things we could do in theory is start depositing corpses into the bathroom. Now hear me out. I know this is all kinds of jacked up. We could get a bunch of random duplicants, tell them they're the only people that can sweep, set the sweeping in the bathroom for a priority 9, and let them do nothing other than sweep in here until they die. Produce, apparently, whatever it is attracts the morbs. And maybe the more corpses, the more morbs, the more oxygen? I don't know. I think compost here makes polluted oxygen, so there's a chance that the more compost we make, the more polluted oxygen we make, the more polluted oxygen we make. And we could even pump out polluted oxygen from around the algae here and pump polluted oxygen from the algae into this room. This room can clean it up, and we have one consolidated location to purify oxygen, move it out. I don't know. It's an idea, guys. And here we are coming up on the morning of cycle 26 here in Ponyland. Things are looking kind of decent. We got 10,500 kilocalories of food. Oxygen is, iffy. Looks like we've got our sump turned out the right way, which is good. Let's go ahead and above the water line here, just dig ourselves out a little bit of an avenue. And yeah, that should be good. That should be good. I like that. That should allow for that carbon dioxide that should drop down into the sump here to move along this sump. Should be good. We may be able to use this sump as well for the polluted water. I don't really know. I don't recall what I made this area for. Actually, it's been a minute. Showers. Maybe this was made for showers. It's tall enough for showers, but I do not have the water filtration, I don't think, yet. Without water filtration, life may be a little rough. Let's look. Lavatory, shower. Let's go ahead and slow this down. Utilities, refinement. Alright, so now we have the water purifier. This, I think, my opinion, is where it's going to get interesting, because now I can actually make a mostly self-contained water system. I don't know how this is going to work, so I think I'm going to save that for next episode. And again, I don't think I've really accomplished much in 10 cycles, which is kind of crappy. But, hey, you know, it be what it be. Let's go ahead and sweep up at a priority 9 this food here. We definitely want to keep a good track of where our food is, what our food's doing. Let's see here. So we're working out this corner here. And, man, I kind of do want... Got a lot of polluted oxygen right there. So much. So much. Let's look at our plumbing. So we do have the gas filter. So in all reality, we could do a gas pump and then a gas filter. So the gas pump, let's look at the gas filter. Oh man, alright, so input is here. Let's put that on the ground. Let's put the gas pump here. Piping goes down. We're going to... God, this is terrible. Alright, so we're going to take the input here and straight down to here. Oh, yeah, let's use what we have a ton of. Sandstone, granite, igneous rock. Let's use granite from here on out. Alright, so we're trying to pump out the regular oxygen, right? So, with that being said, we want the regular oxygen out. Where do we want that regular oxygen to pump to? That regular oxygen probably needs to find its way into an area of kind of low concentration with the oxygen. I'm kind of thinking the bottom here. The reason being that oxygen rises, so if we drop it into our sump, it should force oxygen up. Oxygen being forced up should force carbon dioxide down. Alright, I think that is the way I'm going to go about it. So we're going to... Oh, that's right. Alright, so we're going to... And this is something I learned from just kind of experimenting. This rock, should we decide that we want to put a pipe through it, that rock will actually be destroyed. Because, again, playing around, doing stuff, I realized that they won't just put it behind something. Except tiles. So we've got to run this down to here. And then we're going to vent that oxygen to here. All the other gases, whatever else this picks up, I actually want to come up, over, and back into here. So I'll recycle all other gases into the room. I want clean oxygen to come out of the room to the base. We should be good. Hopefully we can keep morbs existing, living, functioning in this room. I don't know what morbs require, so this is kind of a pipe dream. Again, we're going to have to... Well, not again, but we're going to have to power this. So, with that being said, we're going to stick another manual generator, and it's actually going to run on its own power network. To run it on its own power network will be kind of a pain, but maybe not too bad. We're at cycle 27. I think I have time to do this, so let's go ahead and drop you there. We have a wire bridge, which is good. I just don't really know how that's going to work. We're going to use electrical wire to come straight down, and then we're going to wire bridge this way. We're going to connect to you here, connect to you here, to you here. We're actually going to stick a tile right there. We're going to take our power, and we're going to stick a battery right there. Take our electrical wire, and then we've got to actually build stairs up through here. Ladders, stairs, you know, words. This probably isn't the most efficient way to do this, so just keep that in mind. This is what occurs to me right now to do. This is not a well-researched or thought-out project by any means. I just want to keep all the pumps and all the other pieces on different power sources. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. We'll find out. And then as we can actually build up some heat down here, we can possibly pump water in, wall it off, and steam water, and then recondensate the water. See where that takes us. I don't know, guys. We'll find out. One way or another, we'll find this out. So the start of cycle 28 in Ponyland, oxygen production actually looks pretty good. I'm not too upset. We're still working on quite a bit. Apparently I've been not researching for a minute, which is pretty terrible. Temperature modulation, pressure management, insulation, medbay, percolation. We're going to get percolation. Percolation allows for us to pump water into a electrolyzer, and it produces steady supply of oxygen using piped in water. So we should be able to pipe in water to that and get oxygen and hydrogen. So we're going to split oxygen and hydrogen atoms. We're going to collect the hydrogen, use the hydrogen for hydrogen power. Let's go ahead and reject all of these guys. We're still functioning pretty well on 3 guys. Let's look at our food. 5,500 kilocalories, which isn't great, but guess what? Harvesting food is your guys' new best option. What you want to do, you're going to do it. Organically, we're out of algae. Not good yet again. We do have digs pending for some algae that is unreachable. So we are going to enable these guys to reach that really quick. And by making these ladders that we will soon cancel afterwards. We do have some water here we can pump out. And then once we pump the water out here, we may actually be able to tap into this chamber. This morb has been here a while. And there's quite a bit of polluted oxygen. Maybe this morb by himself can keep us alive. I don't know. There's a huge supply of polluted oxygen. So we may be able to do like a triple airlock. Keep that secure. And pump the polluted oxygen out. See, he's putting out some good stuff. So we would actually need to, on plumbing, let's look at our people. Make sure our people are alive. Gas pump in with L Morb guy. And then the gas pump would connect to a gas filter. Okay. And then, so you would go in. We would want this pumping out. But how do we want it pumping out? We would literally have to dig up to here. Not a terrible end of the world kind of thing. So we could put a tile here, right? And then we could ladder our tails all the way back down. We're not going to actually build this. We're just planning it out right now. We're just planning. And then for our piping, the gas pipe, we want to pump all the other except the polluted oxygen back, up, over, and out. Cool. And this would put this piping with granite, whatever, I don't really care. This would put the output here, coming all the way down. We're going to skip quite a bit here. And probably into here. So in theory, we're going to come back and up, except we're going to cancel all of that. So that's kind of our game plan. I don't know how many things could go into a vent, but we could possibly vent all of it to the same place. We will see. But I do believe tapping into this chamber will be our goal for the very next episode. I think we have a plan to consolidate oxygen here. Stifled low atmospheric pressure. Alright, so one thing that we are definitely going to do is we've got to get the oxygen, the polluted oxygen, out of here. Oh, it's so frustrating to see how that's going. Alright, why is there no wire connected to you? Alright, so we've got the power kind of run. They don't have the bridge built. I don't know why they don't have the bridge built. We'll address that in a minute. Electrical wire. So we've got to plug the pump into that. We've actually got to plug the filter into that. And the bridge. Where is my bridge? Alright, the bridge is already set to build. I don't know why it hasn't built yet. Okay. Prioritize. Let's stick everything right here at a 9. And let's just see what happens. They should throw that bridge in pretty quick. We'll see how this all goes, guys, because I may... It's probably a good idea to drop this research back down to a 5. We're caught up on research for the moment, so let's get the research back down to a 5. Let's make sure that your threshold is about 65%, and I need your threshold at about 35%. So that way we're putting a little more priority into moving the clean oxygen out of here, which is iffy at best. And pushing that to the bottom here. Okay, that's doable. Believable. Unbreathable. But they can reach the wire. Looks like, okay. We're waiting on copper ore. So let's look at our raw metals. We have 1,200 kilograms of copper, so we're good. I'm not too upset about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the morning of Cycle 30 in Ponyland. So that brings episode 3 of Oxygen Not Included to a halt. If you guys have any little tidbits of information or things I can do better and kind of fix or adjust or whatever you guys suggest, I want to hear them. Let me know in the comments. If you like what you see, hit that like button. It really, really helps me, and it lets me know what you guys want to see. Support the channel with a subscribe. And until next time, this is Pony Hero with Grogan Games, signing off.